They don't talk about the world we born into. They talk about us like we chose this battlefield. But tell me, who chose to be raised in a house where silence was louder than love? Who chose to be touched before they could even define no? Who chose to be 7 years old and already carrying grief in their eyes? Nobody. Their pain got passed to us before we had a say in the matter. Let's talk about these women, our queens. But listen, even a queen with no throne can turn into a hurricane. They say she got attitude. They don't say she got abandonment wounds. They say she too masculine. They don't say she had to raise herself and her brothers because her mama was broken and her daddy was gone. They say she toxic. They don't say she was molested at 8 and learned to protect herself by hurting anybody who got close. Her pain ain't random. It's recycled. And now we call it normal. Now let's talk about these men. Us. We hard, right? We outside. When's the last time we could say I'm hurt and not be called weak? We express our pain with pistols and pride. We don't cry, we spin. We don't open up, we fuck. And fuck. And fuck. Hoping one day one of these little empty ass strokes feel like love. But it don't. It never does. We don't know what love is. We only know what we were denied. And that becomes the blueprint for how we treat each other. We don't even realize it, but we punish ourselves with each other. She punishes him because he reminds her of her father. He punishes her because she reminds him of his mother. And that little boy inside him who was never protected, he hides behind dick and danger. That little girl inside her who was never nurtured, she hides behind attitude and independence. And now we got a whole generation of hurt motherfuckers trying to love each other with no tools. And let's keep it real. Some of these boys out here, they being preyed on by women who were preyed on too. And now we got black boys who lose their innocence at the hand of a woman who lost theirs a long time ago. But nobody want to talk about that shit. We celebrate it. We be like, lucky ass little nigga. We laugh. And he bleeding inside. And then we wonder why his idea of manhood is how many women he can conquer. Why he walk around like love is a weakness. Why he can't trust. Why he get money but still feel like nothing. Why he love the streets more than he love himself. Because the first time he was loved, he was used. And nobody helped him name that wound. I'm not here to blame, I'm here to uncover. Because if we don't name this shit, it keeps owning us. We need a new standard. We need healing louder than our trauma. We need women who can cry again. We need men who can be held without flinching. We need boys who aren't called grown at 12. We need girls who don't need to armor up at 8. We need to stop confusing pain for power. Because real power is when a black man can look at a black woman and say, I see your pain and I will not add with it. I will not add to it. And she can look back and say, I see your wounds and I will not weaponize them. This is not a speech, this is a mirror. And I hope you see yourself in it. And I hope you forgive yourself for surviving. But survival is not the goal anymore. Resurrection is, rebuilding is, reclaiming is. You was born in the fire, but you're still royal. Let's stop bleeding on each other. Let's stop raising warriors who don't know what peace feel like. Let's be the generation that finally says the war ends with me. Peace king, peace queen, let's rise.